It's been a very exciting few days. Unveiled the car, and now you can see exactly what we've done with the new car. This car, you'll notice the car is lower and wider than the outgoing car, with a very low hood. Managed to get the engine pulled back and down, and that's allowed us to get this very sleek, low-profile hood. The other big difference is the front end's pulled really low on this car. We have these very slim, aggressive lights and a much more pronounced mouth and nose on this car. Really changes the character of the vehicle compared to the outgoing car. If you come around the side, you see we have this really fast hood, and then the fender pulls back. Very dramatic pulled back A-post, just to get this classic roadster quality to the rear. You'll also notice here a key feature. We've done the pillar surround for the windscreen in black, and that really dramatizes the proportion, makes the cabin look lower and smaller than it actually is, and just gives it an overall fresh, modern look. Very subtle surface treatment. There's really no hard lines to the side of the car, just a subtle reflection through the side of the car, very full volumes. And then you'll see here this key kind of crease through the rear. It's almost like a hip bone, if you will. It's very subtle, but in the sunlight you really see it. And then the strong sculpting into the rear fender, just to accentuate that rear wheel drive proportion. Very important to show off that classic roadster feel. Around the back is this very dramatic taper through the body, where this is really pulled in right into the middle. That again accentuates the rear fender, and then we have this classic circular tail lamps in the rear, giving it that very modern, sporty feel. And then lastly, the interior. The interior represents a big step forward for the MX-5 nameplate. As with all of our other Mazda products, we're putting a lot more attention to interior materials, finishes, overall quality. We want this car especially to have a more high-end feel to the interior, and really look like a more expensive car than it actually is. The other big feature on this car is what we call driver centerline symmetry, and that's where down the middle of the steering wheel, everything is perfectly symmetrical, from the controls to the air vents to the display, and it's all within close reach of the driver, just to be able to give you that optimal driving experience. Another big feature on the interior is this feeling that the exterior of the car is flowing into the interior of the car, and that's where you see there's a lot of sculpting and contouring on this upper surface that ties into the exterior of the car and gives you that feeling of kodo surfacing is what we call it. And of course this would come in the same body color, so if you got a black car it'd be black, white car it would be white, and so on. So another really key feature for the car.
So just to start with, I think we can explain the philosophy of the interior when we started to design it. We had to answer the question is how to connect the driver with this element of speed, and on the customer side it's more this philosophy of what you want to become. And basically when you get into the vehicle, the interior has to talk to you and tell you that you're capable of driving a lot faster than you could, if I may say. And the general feeling is to bring the two entities of interior and exterior together as one single product. The previous Miata, you had an exterior expression and an interior plugged as a bucket. On this one, we're trying to be a little bit more expressive and bring the exterior surfaces basically all along the door panel, which create that same expression and same gesture. You can see that the kodo surfacing that we have on the hood is being transferred into the door panel. The intention on the exterior is to bring everything low. Same exact philosophy in the interior. We have this amount of black that we lower down, and graphically this upper panel helps to ground the car even lower. In terms of the layout, you can see that everything has been optimized as much as possible. We have this design process of like blindfolding yourself when you design, and basically, trying to have all the components being placed the most efficient location, and so you can be fully concentrated on the road or in the track if you go on track days on the weekend. We trying to keep a symmetrical layout of the cockpit, and that was the biggest challenge within engineering. To when you sit behind the wheel, anything that happens on the right, on the left is fully symmetrical, which directly connects you, to the car and to the road ahead. In terms of the gauges, we have one dominant, the center tach on the right, speedometer on the left. You've got your info, and basically from the driver's view, all the layout is perfectly placed for you to be fully engaged with the road. In terms of HMI system, HMI system is based on the Mazda 3, which is a full HMI's base kind of infotainment. You can see we push down the knob as maximum, so even when you drive, the knob is not in the way of you shifting. We will have different infotainment system depending on the grade of the car. I think in terms of shape, you can see that everything is a lot more, in a way, automotive, and we are kind of moving away from this product design influence of the first gen. Still as a purist expression, but overall we're being a lot more dynamic. All the lines are going as a horizontal translation from the front end all the way to the back, and all those lines getting transferred towards the interior. In terms of craftsmanship, we do have a lot of attention to detail, attention to quality. Everything is based on an overlap type of assembly. You can see the use of stitching and real leather on the door and on the dash, as well as in the center line of the seats. And quality detail, we've got the liquid metal, on the air vent, on each knob. We bring that, that quality feeling, which is pretty noticeable for this price of a car.